Today News Update.
This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Wednesday, July 13. So glad you could join us. Health authorities are awaiting the results of a sample sent to the Santos Public Health Laboratory for monkeypox testing. The confirmation came from Minister of Health and Wellness Ian Gooden-Edgell this evening.
For full disclosure, the Ministry of Health and Wellness will update the public on the results of the one sample which was sent to the Barbados Santos Public Health Laboratory. Samples from 2 previously suspected cases were sent for testing at the Carrefour Laboratory in Trinidad. Those results were negative. To date, there have been no confirmed cases of monkeypox in Barbados.
Minister Gooden-Edgell stressed there are no confirmed cases of the virus on the island at this time, but he assured the island is well equipped to handle any cases.
In addition, the ministry's port health staff will continue to conduct public health surveillance at our ports of entry. The ministry's public health team is well trained on surveillance and detection, and, as has occurred in the past, when faced with any global outbreaks of infectious diseases, this team will continue to monitor our borders and protect public health in Barbados. Please be aware that any travelers arriving at our ports with any pox symptoms will be assessed and investigated accordingly. Our state of readiness will also involve sensitizing those workers who help us to maintain border control, such as immigration, customs, Barbados Port Inc., Grantley Adams International Airport, and others who perform a critical role at our ports of entry.
In other news this Wednesday, 2 people were injured in a shooting incident at President Kennedy's Drive this evening. One eyewitness recounted what she described as a scary experience.
I was up with my daughter, talking to my daughter and my 2 grandchildren, and my children's father. I hear these shots. I said, bad. Shots up in the gap. They take up, I put the lights in my daughter's house and run coming down. And when I get down, a car reverse coming out, body telling me, go back. And when I turn in, another car passed me and went long up the gap. And when I run out and come here, I thought, no, that is my son. I saw a fella laying on the ground. My nephew, he was shot. Oh, yeah. Then he tell you, and he tell me, auntie, I get hit. And that was it.
One resident also called for an end to gun violence.
This is outrageous. Totally outrageous, because we got children around about this neighborhood. It ain't the toughest neighborhood in the avenues, but it's one of the most peaceful neighborhood when you really look at it. And this year, this isn't good enough. So I think the authorities need to really stamp drastic measures, as a matter of fact, upon these matters. I just let Kilo right now the season coming in. People want to spend money and enjoy themselves. How you could do this here? Huh? How you could do this here in a community like this here so small? Huh? I ain't no war houses about here, big man. Shots will go through board and thing, big man. Hurt people wounded. I go outside out wounded all now. I'm lucky for he. So the whole place so hot, he's going to breeze out right the shot next door. Huh? I'm fortunate for he went and get dressed in this morning. And we know come out and we come again in the neighborhood. Huh? Because of this here, this isn't good enough. I mean, it happening all the wrong way, but it got a kilo. Seriously. So law enforcement, please step up and do on the duty. Like normal, but put more enforcement upon it.
The Senate today debated the Health and Safety and Health at Work Amendment Bill 2022. Government Senator Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight told the chamber the legislation underscores government's commitment to safeguarding the rights of workers.
That the fundamental principle is about creating a framework that uplifts the Barbadian workers. It is about responding to that history, that colonial history that saw the worker as unimportant in the context of being a worker in of his or herself, but that we needed to be able to recognize very frontally, that health and safety was a critical aspect of creating an environment that was empowering for workers in Barbados.
Independent Senator Dr. Christina Hines says the bill falls short of addressing the changing nature of the workplace, even as she expressed broad support for the legislation. She told the sitting of the Senate the legislation must acknowledge occupational health and safety when persons' workplaces move into the home or other private quarters.
I'm not saying that an employer is going to be able to go into someone's home and change the conditions, their living conditions. They cannot change the conditions of the neighborhood either. They cannot do anything about the number of persons living in a place. However, I do think we need to have some provisions in place so that when persons are working remotely, working from home, telecommuting, that they have the safety considerations borne in mind and that these are not at their expense. So we know that there are provisions within office settings for things such as ergonomic, the chairs, the padding for your typing so that people don't get, carpal tunnel. So these things need to be taken into consideration when we move the workplace into the home.
Regional and international news coming up after this short break.
Pure oxygen is way more than just water. We infuse pristine water with over 1 billion tiny oxygen bubbles using our state-of-the-art process. The benefits of additional oxygen are huge, from strengthening your immune system to increasing energy levels, stamina, and sports performance. And that's not all. It also improves skin health, helps you sleep better, and reduces stress. Join the movement of people experiencing the benefits of pure oxygen. It's not hype, it's science.
To regional news in Jamaica, the government announces plans to introduce paternity leave and extend maternity leave. We get the details from Television Jamaica.
Under Jamaica's Maternity Act, workers can get up to 3 months maternity leave but will only get paid for 2 months. By September 30, the Finance Ministry will send out a circular outlining changes for public sector workers with newborns.
To increase maternity leave from 40 days to 3 calendar months. The government of Jamaica also intends to update the Public Service Staff Orders of 2004 to introduce paternity leave for the first time in the public service for fathers of newborns for a specific time and under specific terms to be finalized.
Those wishing to adopt a child will get family leave. The changes announced by the Finance Minister will form part of the Public Sector Compensation Review Program, which seeks to increase fairness and efficiency. General Secretary of the Jamaica Association of Local Government Officers, Helene Davis-White, said the unions made the proposal for the 3-month maternity leave. However,
this announcement is being made while the discussions are continuing around not only this issue, but all the issues that are contained in that compensation review. So I think it's a bit premature for the minister to be speaking to changes when we really don't have a heads of agreement as yet.
On the international scene, in the UK, 6 candidates remain in the running to replace Prime Minister Boris Johnson after the first round of voting.
On Wednesday, initial voting by Conservative MPs narrowed the field of would-be leaders to 6 names.
Our next Prime Minister!
Someone gaining momentum is Penny Mordaunt, a Trade Minister and former Defence Secretary. She's far from a household name, but tipped as the party activists' favourite.
If we do not win the next general election, all those opportunities and the vision that the British people had from us leaving the European Union will not be realised. We must win that election. I am your best shot at winning that election. I am the candidate that Labour fear the most.
But the newly appointed Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi is eliminated, as well as former Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt. The result of the final stage of voting among fewer than 200,000 Conservative members is expected by the 5th of September.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates or like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Azumi Medium bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.